winds whip southern New England on this Veterans Day 1998 as President Clinton lays the traditional wreath and has a warning for Saddam Hussein.
I'm Health Check 10 reporter Barbara Morse live at the Rhode Island Convention Center where Health Expo 98 is about to get underway. I'll tell you why you should come in a live report.
Hi. Thank you for joining us this Wednesday at noon, Veterans Day, November the 11th. Southern New England woke up to a windy, wet Veterans Day this morning. There were a few minor power outages overnight and some trees down the east side of Providence, where these pictures were taken this morning, was just one location. Also reports of trees and wires down in, among other places, Saunderstown along the shore. Even though it's a holiday, some people still had to battle the elements to get to work, and others, well, they just said heck with it and got wet. Umbrellas are no good when the wind's this high. Weather Team 10's John Giorsi joins us now with a quick look at what's happening. Hi, John.
Hi, Frank. Good afternoon, everyone. We certainly have things under control, at least at this point. But for a while there this morning, when we had a cold front moving through the area, we did get wind gusts in the range between 50 and 60 miles per hour. Most of the wind gusts were in the range of 20 to 40, but as that front moved through, and as we take a look at our Weather Team 10 Doppler 10,000, you can see now the back edge of the precipitation, which has given us over an inch of rain, generally speaking, throughout the area, is now moving through eastern Connecticut. So once this rain area continues to push away, all of the heavy wind gusts have moved well offshore. The wind will be much tamer this afternoon, and the sun will be returning as the showers end, and as the afternoon goes on, things should be improving. So, Frank, it's been a wild morning, but it should be a much calmer afternoon. I'll have the complete forecast a little bit later.
All right, it's too bad, John, that it was so rainy and windy this morning because, of course, most of the ceremonies and services were scheduled for the morning hours, and the winds and rain certainly put a damper on a lot of those Veterans Day plans. Even sports. The interscholastic girls regional field hockey games scheduled at Providence College have been postponed now until Saturday because of the weather. The rains forced at least one observance inside, this one in Bristol. This memorial ceremony was held indoors at the Rhode Island Veterans Home Chapel in Bristol. Although a couple of parades had to be scrubbed, the indoor services that went with them are to go on as scheduled. And on the 11th day of the 11th month at the 11th hour, President Clinton carried on a Veterans Day tradition. He placed a wreath at the Tomb of the Unknowns. Following the ceremony, the president had some words for Iraq, which has shut down all UN weapons inspections.
Now, if Saddam Hussein is really serious about wanting sanctions lifted, there is an easy way to demonstrate that. Let UNSCOM do its job without interference. Fully comply.
The UN weapons inspectors have already pulled out of Iraq. They left early this morning in a convoy of 11 vehicles, apparently heading for Jordan. About 90 UN officials have left UNSCOM headquarters in Baghdad. The Pentagon has already stepped up movements of U.S. ships into the Persian Gulf. A 14-year-old boy has been charged with murder in the stabbing death of an 8-year-old neighbor. Neighbors in Jacksonville, Florida are still in shock following the discovery of the missing girl's body yesterday. Police say Joshua Phillips has admitted killing little Maddie Ray Clifton and hiding her body beneath the waterbed in his room. Police, neighbors, and loved ones had spent 7 days looking for the little girl. Police have not said what the motive is for the killing. A California court has overturned an earlier decision giving O.J. Simpson custody of his children. It's been 4.5 years since they buried their mother. The future of Sydney, now 13, and Justin, who's 10, is uncertain again. O.J. says he'll fight the decision. The children's lawyer says the kids want to stay with their father. The appeals court said the judge who awarded custody was wrong when she failed to consider the possibility that O.J. killed the children's mother. It's 4 minutes after 12, and we're going to talk colon cancer later on in the program today. Colon cancer can be a silent, deadly disease if not detected early. We have a Doctor on Call segment later in this half hour, and you can ask our doctor today about the disease. Just call the number on your screen. In fact, call now if you have some questions, 455-9221. Call now to pass your questions along to today's expert. He'll have the answers for you later in this half hour. And coming up next on the Noon Report, Barbara Morse is here. Hi, Barbara.
Hi there, Frank. Well, the weather outside is frightful, but Health Expo 98 is delightful. I'll have a live report tell you what's going on all day today. I can't even talk here. I'm so excited.
Okay, Barbara. And John joins us again, too.
Well, Frank, it looks as though things will be improving this afternoon. And by the way, as we head into the end of the week, a return performance of the weather we've been having for the past week or so. That forecast coming up in a few minutes.
You're watching News Channel 10 at noon.